number one Black Cats fan is back again. Bloody hell. It's another Barclays Premier League preview double header. Oh, speaking of which, fucking hell. It's not. Look at this. What the hell's that? Ernie's fucking galore. Wow, I need a haircut. Roll on Sunday. Yep, roll on fucking Sunday. Speaking of mop the floor, let's begin with the crap as always. Newcastle versus Swansea. Yeah, where do we begin with this one? Newcastle potentially lost Jan Matt. Well, not that that's really potentially a loss because he hasn't really done much for them, has he? Their defence, to say is bare bones, is beyond belief. Is it? You know. Yeah. This, to be honest, you can't really talk too much about Newcastle, can you? The way that they played against Southampton was dire-fucking-bolical. There we go. And that's not even a word in the dictionary, but it fucking is now. Oh, it was atrocious, wasn't it? How Southampton didn't end that game in double figures is beyond me. It really is beyond me. They were a little bit better in the second half, Newcastle, but again, Southampton's still the better team. So going at this one, they got Swansea. They're at home, so they've got a little bit of an advantage, but then that's where it ends. Because it's only going to take Swansea to rank up the pressure a little bit, and the home fans will get on their backs. And they've been on their backs pretty much most of the season, since the Wally with the Brolly, come with the clipboard, good old Steve McClown. So I'm not banking on Newcastle really doing anything for this one. They may score, because that's what I got from my prediction. Swansea, on the other hand, they've turned the table. They're in the relegation zone at Christmas, and out of nowhere, they've just completely, they've gone 180, and they've climbed back up the table. I think they're now on 40 points. They're guaranteed Premier League football as far as I'm concerned next season. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't think it's going to be a tight game. I think Swansea's going to go there to really piss on Newcastle's parade and just make it even more horrible for them. So I'm going to say Swansea win it 2-1. Interesting. Don't know who the scorers will be. I'm not going to go that far. But going on to it, well, now we have, this is it. Everyone a few weeks ago then about, what's the £100 million derby? Whoever wins, they'll stay up, yeah. That's the problem, nobody won. Well, apart from Sunderland, they still won in a way, Still unbeaten, bitches. But this is it. This is the £100 million Premier League game that's going to decide the season. A draw for Sunderland won't do them any favours. It will keep them close in the battle. But in all honesty, personally, I think a draw would really see us down, realistically speaking. Mathematically, obviously, it's still possible, but realistically, no. Obviously, a draw would be ideal for Newcastle if they could scrape a win against Swansea. But even then, if Swansea get the win and we draw, that will put them 7 points adrift. So that wouldn't be good for Newcastle. And if Sunderland win, we close the gap. We'd actually be doing Newcastle a bit of a favour as well. Especially if they win. So, because they could close the gap to 3 points to Norwich, couldn't they? But if they lose, then obviously that gap will still be 6 points. And it will pretty much send them down and out, really. Realistically speaking. Nothing being biased. And let's not forget Aston Villa, of course, as well. If Sunderland win and Villa win, then Villa will avoid relegation. But if Villa draw or lose, and Norwich so much as pick up, to be honest, if Villa draw and lose and Sunderland win, it doesn't matter because they'll be down and out. Actually, sorry, it's trying to work out the mathematics. I'm trying to do it off the top of my head. So if Villa draw or lose, and even if Sunderland win, they'll be down and out anyway. So it doesn't really matter. So they've clambered onto a bit of hope, luckily. But yeah, so for Sunderland Norwich, it's going to be a tight game. It really is. I'm hoping, we had an okay-ish game against Leicester. The game previous against West Brom, we were fucking dominant. So we need to carry that forward, and we need to up the ante against Norwich. We need to prove we're worthy of staying in the Premier League because this is it. This is make or break. Norwich win. regardless of fucking Newcastle's score, that does not matter. Norwich will still be 6 points even if Newcastle win, ahead of Newcastle, and they'd only go a point above us. So it does not matter. This is it, you know. Ultimately, we need to win. Sam is looking at it as it's a must not lose game. Yes, I'd agree with that. But it's we cannot fucking draw a game. We have to win it. It's as simple as that. And we're banking on the likes of Kasri, the likes of Kone, you know, the new players. And you know what? Even Jack Rodwell. Because even Rodwell made a fucking nuisance of himself against fucking Leicester. That's for sure. So, yes, he missed a sitter. Lack of confidence. It's a pain in the arse and fucking frustrating to watch the most obvious goal scoring opportunity ever go by. But that's a lack of confidence. He can learn from that. And that's what we need. We need Rodwell. Make a fucking menace of yourself again. Kasri, get down the wings. You know, the likes of Yedlin. Van Aanholt as well. But, you know, we need the defenders to be strong. Norwich do like, every now and then, the odd ball over the top. Be weary of it. Keep your eyes fucking open on where the players are. Redmond's pace will fucking kill us. Because he's quick. He really is. But we can learn from Leicester. And that's the beauty about coming into a game against Norwich. Because they're not that far apart. Well, table-wise, yes they are, of course they are. But, you know, tactics-wise, they're not that far apart. We could dominate this game. We could go 2-3-0 up by half-time if we chose to. We need to grab Norwich by the scruff of the neck, throw them to the fucking ground. Because again, apparently that's obvious in the laws of the game. You can bundle players over and not give away free kicks. Look at Leicester last week, you know. So, yeah. So I'm going to go Sunderland win this one. I've got to be bold here. I'm going to say Sunderland win it 3-1. Close that gap down. Goal scorers, Defoe's going to get up there, that's for sure. I think Kasri's going to, you know, he's due a belter for a free kick. Man United wasn't exactly a belter, he's due a belter for a free kick. Who could I go? You know what? I'm going to put Rodwell down for the third one. Why not? He deserves a goal. He's started coming into it. He's still showing he's lacking a bit of experience. You know, he has fallen far from grace, yes. But he can get in there. He can do things. He was really trying to make things happen against Leicester. Some of them didn't pay off. Fair enough. Back to the drawing board. You can go for it again, Rodwell. That's the beauty of football. So, who's going to be the bellends to watch? Well, for Newcastle, it's got to be their whole fucking back line and midfield, really. Take your pick. Again, that's not being biased, that's being honest. For the Sunderland game, it's got to be Jonas Kabul. He can't get caught out the way he did against Vardy. I've got no faults with the first goal for Leicester, none whatsoever. Kabul got caught out. I've got faults for the fucking second goal, massively. Still fuming, by the way. So who's going to be the man to watch? Well, ironically, for Newcastle, it could well be John Joe Shelby coming up against his former club. Even though Newcastle are retards for not including a relegation release clause in his contract. Come to think of it, they're retards for not doing it for Townsend's. And by retards, I'm not discriminating against the disabled there. I'll get that point across right now, okay? I mean, as in they're just stupid, okay? There we go, I'll rephrase it. They're stupid for not including them. So I do apologise if I offended anyone there. So yeah, it could be Shelby to watch. So for Sunderland, who's it going to be? Well, it's going to be Jermaine Defoe. His pace, Norwich's defending hasn't been that fucking tactically great lately. Defoe's going to really seriously be looking to piss on their parade and get in behind them. And he will. And I can guarantee it's going to be time and time again with that right ball going in there. Rodwell, Kasri, the likes of even Cattermole. Cattermole's been doing a few good long balls lately. Even Van Aanholt. So yeah, that could really piss on Norwich's parade. So there we have it, guys. You've got my predictions. You've got the pre-bell ends. You've got the men to watch. This is it. £100 million game is now. This is it. This is the weekend. Make or break. It's going to be a decider. So I'll see you all. Be on Sunday, because I'm working Saturday afternoon. So it'll be on Sunday morning for the final whistle. Jesus Christ, let's just hope. Let's keep the faith, Sunderland fans. Let's keep it alive. Come on.